And the crazy news keeps on coming, guys. Over this past weekend, we had an Overwatch match and a pro player unfortunately collapsing after said match. I am sharing with you now because he is okay. That being LA Gladiators member and one of the clutch members of that series going to map 5 as well. LA Gladiators versus Toronto. And it was Birdring who, after in that post-match, unfortunately collapsed. And for a short period of time, people were obviously very worried.
And see what it means to them as well. Logic's with his head in his hands. But at the end of the day, I think the players will be able to look back on that match and say they gave it their all. They really pushed the Gladiators. Yeah. They were massive underdogs coming into this series. Maybe it doesn't feel like it when they're the number 9 seed playing against the number 6. Those numbers are fairly close. But in terms of their performance throughout the entire season, the Gladiators were big favourites coming into this match, and it came down to one round.
Now, ever since then, guys, both the LA Gladiators as well as Birdring have confirmed he was just feeling a bit dizzy after that matchup. He himself has said he feels better now and do not worry. But it did bring to light, at least for when I first saw this, when I saw Overwatch Pro collapsing after match, the first thing I thought of was the stress and the anxiety around these Overwatch pros who we have covered over the past few months and their strenuous schedules, and, you know, just how difficult it is to be an Overwatch pro compared to a lot of pros out there. Yes, very difficult to be a pro of any esport, but Overwatch definitely has that that kind of stigma of being very stressful and very anxiety-filling and being very affecting of the real life of those said pro players. Birdring is okay. He has recovered, just so everyone knows. Someone who might not be recovering anytime soon from their ban from the Twitch platform is a guy like Deller, who has now sent out his last appeal to the Twitch platform. Now, this is actually very relevant to what we've talked about in the past few weeks, and especially, I guess I should say, the past few months, that being around Dr. Disrespect, also since banned from Twitch, and during this TwitLonger, which is a very emotional read. I've been a fan of Deller for quite some time, ever since his last Twitch ban, which did become permanent, because, I'll be honest, he was filled with a lot of rage and at times a lot of hate on the Twitch platform. He was given multiple warnings on that platform until his very last one. It did finally become permanent, and that's eventually where he switched over to the YouTube platform. It is very clear that, or at least it seems, that YouTube did not give him a contract, as he has now sent out his last appeal to be unbanned on Twitch, of which I assume he wants to return to, because that's where his primary audience had been built for years and years. If you guys have been covering these Twitch controversies, Ice Poseidon a couple months back, I think now, also sent out his last appeal. It seems that Twitch rarely will ever bend on a permanent ban. Once you are permanently banned from their platform, like many platforms, it seems to uphold. It's just very sad for a case like Deller. If you read his TwitLonger, I encourage you guys to do so. The issues he has undergone, the troubles he has undergone, and the help that streaming does provide for him and for a large portion of his audience, it makes you feel extra bad for this case, because at the very end, he does plead with Twitch because he just misses playing with his friends and playing with Twitch streamers. And until I read that part, I forgot he also permanently banned on Twitch, now on YouTube, just like Dr. Disrespect. For a much longer period of time, he has not been able to stream with his Twitch friends or Twitch streamers at all. And so instantly it makes me think about, what if Dr. Disrespect 6, 7, 8, a year from now, 6, 7, 8 months or a year from now, whatever down the road, all of a sudden he realizes, yeah, he can go a long ways as a solo entertainer, right? He's one of the best in the business. We all know that when it comes time for the streaming world. But at what point do you crack under the pressure of not being able to stream with anyone outside of the YouTube platform because of your permanent Twitch ban? Obviously illegal, and the lawsuit underway as well. We don't know how that will wrap up and how that will end, but hopefully some sort of negotiation will be underway, because he himself has said he is not going back to Twitch. Hopefully some sort of workaround for Twitch streamers to play with the doc eventually in the future, because you think at one point or another we will get to that moment where we realize, can Doc ever play with some of the biggest names ever again or not? The same case goes for a guy like Deller, who has sent out his last reasoning to Twitch, and will they hear him out? It does not seem likely, but man, oh man, it's a tough one to realize, guys. This is their lives. This is their livelihood. This is the years they've actually spent doing this. And all of a sudden, after one day, you switch platforms. You can never go back, and you can never actually play with anyone on that entire platform ever again. It's a tough pill to swallow. Until next time, hope you guys all enjoy. Hopefully Twitch is listening. We'll see what they do around these cases, but I'm not sure what to expect from this one. Until next time, drink your water, drink your coffee. I'll catch you guys back here sometime soon.